I am here at Pacific Central, and this is the Pacific Central train station, and I'll be talking about that right after this. Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to Traveling with Justin. I am Justin, and today we are talking about the Central Station here in Vancouver. Alright, so what are we doing here? Well, this is where Amtrak is at. And what we decided to do, we got off the ship, the Brilliance of the Seas, here in Vancouver, and we took a tour up and around, and we made it back here to the Amtrak train, and we're taking Amtrak to Seattle. And why are we doing that? Well, we're doing that because it's $90, $45 for each person. It's a 4-hour train ride, and so that's what we're doing. We're going to Seattle to fly home from Seattle, because if we flew out of Vancouver, we would have to stop in Seattle and have like a 2 to 3 hour layover, and it was between $800 and $1,200 more to do that. And so why not just take the Amtrak down to Seattle and do that? Yeah, it's costing us an extra night in Seattle, but it's $100, maybe $200. We're still positive money. So let's go ahead, let's go inside and let's take a look around. So we come in, and right off to your left-hand side, there's the restrooms, or the washrooms, as they call it here in Canada. So we got the Bolt bus is over here to our right-hand side. So, yeah. So this is what the inside of the terminal looks like. There's the Bolt bus. Then over here is the Amtrak and the Viva stations right there. Right there is Customs. So underneath the clock, that's where Customs will be. That's where we'll have to go once our train is boarding. So this is the Amtrak, and we'll talk a little bit more about Amtrak as we progress. Alright, so like I said in the beginning of the video, here is Pacific Central. It's a nice building, it's a little bit older. Here's all the services that you could have inside of this building. Yeah, you can see it's currently 4:10 there in Vancouver on this day. And there's the bathrooms as you walk in. You know, conveniently located off to your left. This is a nice big area. That's for the buses on that side. You go in, you turn right, there's a bus lane, and then there's the clock right there for where you go out and you board Amtrak to get going. And then here is where Amtrak is located at. I can just tell you that security was kind of not observant. Anyway, here we are. We are stopped at the Canadian border with the United States. There we are. We're just smiling away, enjoying the train ride to Seattle. My wife's finger's in the way. Pardon that. Here is a look at one of the cars on the train as I'm walking forward to the galley. So here's the galley. My wife wanted some snacks, so I went up and was looking to see what we could get. They had a wide variety of foods, not, like a buffet or anything like that. They had some foods there. It cost a little bit of money. I'm not sure how much. I don't want even to look at the bill. But it did cost money for the foods that we got. Of course it cost money, but it was expensive. But it's on a train. What do you expect? So here is one of the cars that I'm walking back to my seat. As you can see, the train wasn't that crowded. Well, the area that we were in, yeah, it was a little bit crowded. I think these were the more premium seats. I didn't have premium seats. We had to sit back in the back. But it was a good experience. So here is the tray table. You can see there's my stomach right there. Not a lot of room to type on it. It was a tight fit. Yeah, I'm a little bit large, but look at that. I couldn't type on my iPad because it was too small. Here we are in Seattle as we got off the Amtrak to go get our luggage. There's just another view of the train right here. And then, of course, I asked one of the guys to get a picture of me with the Amtrak. It was a good ride. Let's talk about a little bit more about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a short video of the Amtrak. I'm still learning. Okay, I'm still self-conscious about taking videos in public, but I'm learning. But I digress. So in this picture right here, you'll see that there's people next to me on the right-hand side. Every time I looked around, they were staring at me. I don't know if they're like, hey, that's traveling with Justin, or hey, he's just too fat to sit in that seat. What the heck is he thinking? You never know. But taking the Amtrak from Vancouver to Seattle was a good choice. Yeah, it was a 4-hour, typical of 4-hour train ride. It only lasted about 3 hours and 30 minutes because no one was getting off the stops. But it was bumpy. You could feel the train moving and things like that. Because airfare going into Vancouver is expensive. That's why Don's Terrace over at Don's Family Vacations, he has decided to move his group cruises from Vancouver over to Seattle because people who are trying to get into Vancouver is just too expensive for them. And also Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, she recommend you can actually walk from the Amtrak station to the cruise terminal if you want. But when I have my 22-pound backpack on, my bag, my wife's bag, it's not going to be a fun walk. So, but it is a good option. It is a very good option to go from Vancouver to Seattle to save some money. $45 a pop. I mean, $90 plus the food on the train. And so far we're coming out positive. You know, from that $800 to $1,200 it would cost us to fly out of Vancouver extra just to sit in Seattle for 3 hours. Might as well take a train, right? So I really enjoyed the Amtrak, and I would highly recommend that. Until the next video, I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. And here's the video to check out.